Welcome to Transplant TV. Just got back from book signing. We got a book signing. We got to meet the owner of actually that beer that I was telling you guys about was like Golden Monkey. I've been searching. I might have said this before, but I had been searching for that beer, and not only did I get that beer, but I got the owner of the company, of the brewing company, here to talk about the beer with him. So I mean, that was cool. Everything is cool so far in Wichita, and yeah, I mean, I don't know.
He's very down to earth, very cool guy.
Very down to earth guy, down to earth guy. So, but anyway, come with me on our next journey. We have so much more to see in June. Let's go. Let's check in to see how August is going. Hello, August. Let's go. Tennis.
Pickleball, it's different.
Tennis.
It's pickleball.
Fucking tennis.
It's different.
Y'all can't make a smaller little handle thing and be like, it's not tennis no more. Like, it's tennis. Tennis. But the smaller thing. Like, I feel like everybody's like, we suck at tennis, so we're gonna make it smaller. And then suck at pickleball. And be like, I suck at pickleball. But you just suck at tennis. Is what you suck at. No, I want to face her again, because
you gotta wait your round.
So, Chicken and Pickle was cool. Kind of reminds me of a more active and outdoorsy Dave & Buster's. And yes, I learned the differences between pickleball and tennis. I did. But enough about that. The story that I want to tell you guys today is a journey of discovery. Meeting new people, discovering cool things, you know, the things that life should really be about. Thanks for joining me again. This is Fresh Episode 4.
You wanna go see Tankaboo? You wanna go see Tankaboo?
I had never lived outside of the East Coast before. I'd moved from Pennsylvania to New York, but Pennsylvania and New York share a lot of history and a lot of resources that made it an easy transition for me. Even though the two places are different, we understand one another. It was an easy transition. Coming out to the Midwest, however, things were different. The brand names of things change quite a bit, and trying to reacclimate yourself to your surroundings and figure out what you like and what your defaults are. You know, you take your defaults for granted when you're at home. You know, when you want a snack, you go over here and you get a particular snack for whatever that specific craving is at that specific place. When you're out here, it's like, you know, you have to be able to translate what you're feeling to a local, and then a local has to suggest some things and you have to do some experimenting. It's a whole process. So that's the reason why this story means a lot to me. Some of the people I've met along the way have led us to where we are today. That's the story of episode 4. But up 316, it's a 215. I said my story's complicated, but I'm still gonna try to tell you how I ended up inside the heart of the land and how I had to readjust myself the best that I can. The year was 2018 when the streets got mean, and I got to thinking to myself about changing the scene. I was dating, raving, entertaining, messing around, and then she pitched the idea. Why don't you move to Old Town? What a novel idea! I'm getting up out of here. I packed a cheesesteak and a briefcase that would last me a year. When I got off the plane at the ICT, it was 3 in the morning. Literally, it was just me. My ride came through when she picked me up. She had some barbecue. I start with you, the 3 in the cup. And before we settled in, she kinda showed me around. That's when I started my journey as the Prince of Old Town. Hey. A fight. Another one? Old Town is at it again. In episode 1, I told you about Wichita Life ICT. When I first got here, their emails updated me with what's going on around the city, some changes in government and entertainment and what's to do around the city. That helped tremendously. Helped me kind of get my feet on the ground. So I was able to link with them and pay a visit to their 5-year anniversary event where I met Vanessa Whiteside, a journalist, an author, and a traveler. She had told me that she had a book coming out called 100 Things to Do in Wichita, and it was perfect. It fit me and my situation perfectly. And like Wichita Life ICT's emails, I felt the book. Might sound silly, but any guardrails would be good guardrails for me. When she told me about the book, I kept the book in mind, and when the book came out, I went and got it. You saw that in episode 2. I had happened to purchase a signed copy of her book at the bookstore, but I went to her signing event anyway, and I showed you that in episode 2, where we went to Poorhouse. We were able to meet the person who owned the Poorhouse. So from there, I was able to link up with him, and he offered to take me out and show me how the beer's made. And so I took him up on that offer.
Go ahead.
So a while ago I told you we didn't get a chance to talk to the owner at Poorhouse. Well, we are now where the magic happens.
Everybody's got, of course, different jobs here. My day is very different than, say, Rick's. And so today, he's cleaning. But on a brew day, we don't brew every single day. But on a brew day, They're going to take in grain upstairs and drop into the mash tub, which is on left. Right the oil kettle. So after we pull out all the sugars out of the barley, put it over to the kettle, and then oils, which is breaking down the protein, sanitizing. We have hops at that point, and that's what we call the hot side. Now the cold side, which is what it's fermentation. Hot side we can do in 6 hours. The cold side, a couple weeks. And so it'll sit in here, and at least sits in here, run fermentation, transfers to filter here, get it filtered. And you can feel it's pretty cold.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so, and it's really cool because they're about to can some beer. So we'll be able to see that here shortly. But, and so that's the basic process. It sits in these, so there's this one and the thin one, and behind you.
We're all in the way.
Yeah, those are all what we call fractings. Frite, so we carbonate, and it's ready to go to package.
This building has a rich history. It dates back to the end of World War I. Sometime between 1917 and 1920 was when they started building it. It was originally the home of the People's Supply Company, but they only occupied the lower floor. Upstairs was a place called Goldie's Brothel. Over the years, people moved in and out of the lower level, while Goldie's operated upstairs until about World War II. In 1946, S&H Bakery occupied the building for about a decade. In the early 2000s, Rick Going purchased the building with a view to turning it into a brewery one day. The building sat vacant for a little while before Going moved in and renovated the place.
Kids' room here.
After some time, up and down, he eventually met BJ, who also wanted to start a brewery. And from that point forward, the brewery has been growing ever since and into the future.
Yeah.
Which one is that you got?
We'll make sure you get something to take home.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So we were able to get not only the brewing process, but they also showed me the canning process and the distribution process. Then after that, they just gave me a tour of the place. Showed me a little bit of the history.
So this is, kind of fun. The original building, of course, we're talking about. This is a picture from 1927, right? So you can still see, where they had a nice storefront. Of course, that's all big cinder block now. And then, of course, upstairs was
They let me taste some of their exclusives on tap at the bar next to their brewery. And then I got a pretty special opportunity. Something I don't think a lot of people have gotten a chance to experience.
Here's what we've got. We've got a fresh right off the. What would you call it? I don't even know what to call it.
candy,
Right off
yeah.
the. All right.
This beer had just been canned moments ago before it was brought in for us to try.
IPA, rearranged. So it's very citrusy, easy drinking for an IPA.
All right.
Rearranged. All right, cheers.
Cheers. That's really good.
Just taste the freshness though. And I will say, if for some reason we didn't have the brewery anymore,
It was at this moment BJ realized he had plunged himself inside of a dark alternate reality. Repressed inside the subconscious of his brain.
well, for one, I'd be sad, but for two,
I would be as well.
fresh beer. I'm gonna be so disappointed when I try to go get something out of a cooler. Like it's a 7-month-old IPA.
Yeah.
It's not 2 minutes old.
So yeah, that was all fun. But our day wasn't over. BJ wanted to take us back to meet some of his family, have some food, and go fishing. And hey, I'm not one to turn down food. No, I'm not one to turn down food. I'm sorry.
Dropping it. That's altitude shutting down.
What is this?
And
This
so
is
if you let go, that'll stop. Hear it?
yeah.
So it's closer than you think. This is, it's an omnidirectional, so forward, backward, sideways, even.
So like a PlayStation handle, pretty much.
I don't know what that looks like, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it works like just like a PlayStation handle. Pretty much, it does the same.
But yeah, you're gonna run into the same problem. Yep.
What happened now? It's mud.
Yeah. Once you get kind of in though.
All right. out for a good we were out for a couple of hours out on the river and fishing. I mean, they did most of the fishing. I was out here chilling, but what was that? Look at it. Look at the guys that was in town. I just had. There it goes. A little bit. They're smart. Aren't catfish smart? Are they fighting?
Look who's awake, guys.
I am awake. Now ready to eat.
Last thing we did for this month was go to my favorite breakfast place. I had a great date night the night before, watching Kitty host a movie night on Twitch. Followed it up with beautiful weather and eggs Benny. It's been a busy summer. It started as a journey to see as many things in Old Town as I possibly could, and it turned into an experience. It was an extra hot summer this summer, but as long as I had my trusty towel wherever I went, I was fine, really. Within this summer, I was able to experience my first Riverfest. The keeping of the plains at night is one of the most fantastic things you can see in this entire state. Nothing quite beats walking down Douglas at night when there's an event going on and everybody's got a little bit in them, staggering around the old town having a good time. Loud, excited, a little overly friendly, the fun stuff. This started as a personal journey, and over the time of recording and meeting people, it turned into kind of a life experience where I've met new friends and gained new opportunities, learned about a new city's identity, struggles, victories, passions, diversity, the overall fingerprint right here in the heart of the city. It was a productive summer. All of these episodes have had something unique. They were a snapshot of a time in history, the way that I was feeling, things that were happening, all came together and gave each episode an identity. So overall, I'm going to call this summer a summer in Kansas. By the end of this first series, it's going to contribute to an overall series called 1 Year in Kansas. And unfortunately, this is the close to the summer series. But we're only just beginning. We've seen only part of the cool things. We've seen only a few of the cool people, and we're on to autumn now. Let's see what autumn brings. A new series, A Fall in Kansas, starts on October 4. Stay tuned.
Okay, City Nightz. Okay, City Nightz, I see you. We're getting down over here at the new spot here at City Nightz. This used to be 6 degrees. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, 6 degrees.